Page 84, Chapter 15, 10 words in context. In the space provided, write the letter of the meaning closest to that of each boldface word. Use the context of the sentences to help you figure out each word's meaning. Number 1. Connoisseur. Connoisseur means A. A doctor, B. An authority, C. A leader. The answer is B. An authority. My sister is a connoisseur of South novels. She's read dozens of them, and she knows all about the authors and their different styles. Curtis has broad knowledge of French wine, where they are made, when they are at their best, and exactly how each one tastes. He's a true connoisseur. Number 2. Conspiracy. Conspiracy means A. A plot, B. An idea, C. An announcement. The answer is A. A plot. The conspiracy to overthrow the government was started by two of the Premier's own advisors. Although only Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested for the assassinations of President Kennedy, many believed there was a conspiracy to kill the president. Number 3. Contrite. Contrite means A. Angry, B. Confused, C. Sorry. The answer is C. Sorry. Dolores was especially contrite about tearing her sister's dress because she'd borrowed it without permission. Judges are often more lenient with offenders who truly regret their crimes. A criminal who seems genuinely contrite may get a shorter sentence. Number 4. Distraught. Distraught means A. Anxious, B. Busy, C. Forgettable. The answer is A. Anxious. The parents of the little girl who wanders off in a crowded mall were distraught until she was found. As the snowstorms got worse and worse, and his wife still hadn't arrived home from work, Jeff became increasingly distraught. Number 5. German. German means A. Damaging, B. Related, C. Foreign. The answer is B. Related. Stacy went to a law library to look up information that may be germane to her client's case. It bothered Christine when her new boss asked if she had a boyfriend. That information certainly wasn't germane to her work. Number 6. Lucid. Lucid means A. Easy to understand, B. Repetitious, C. Fair to both sides. The answer is A. Easy to understand. I usually find computer manuals horribly unclear, but this one is lucid. The scientist's explanations of the greenhouse effect was so lucid that the entire audience was able to grasp it. Number 7. Plight. Plight means A. A delayed situation, B. An unlikely situation, C. An unfortunate situation. The answer is C. An unfortunate situation. The plight of the homeless can be somewhat relieved by decent shelter. There were reports of a cave-in at the mine, but it was too soon to know much about the plight of the trapped miners. Number 8. Superficially. Superficially means A. Thoroughly, B. Slightly, C. Daily. The answer is B. Slightly. Lin spent a full week studying for the exam. Joyce, however, reviewed superficially, flipping through the pages of her textbooks an hour before the test. This morning the mechanic was short of time and inspected my car only superficially. He said he'll check it thoroughly later and then give me an estimate. Number 9. Symmetrical. Symmetrical means A. Unique, B. Beautiful, C. Balanced. The answer is C. Balanced. The children's said castle was symmetrical, with a O on each side and a tower and flag at each end. No one's face is perfectly symmetrical. For example, one eye is usually slightly higher than the other, and the left and right sides of the mouth differ. Number 10. Verbals. Verbals means A. Loud, B. Wordy, C. Self-important. The answer is B. Wordy. The verbals senator said, "At this point in time we have an urgent and important need for more monetary funds and declare unconditional wars on drugs and combat this evil and harmful situation." The reporter wrote, "The senators said we urgently need more money to fight drugs." Gabe. Gabe is the most verbal person I know. He always uses 10 words when one would do. Matching words with definitions. Following are definitions of the 10 words. Clearly write or print each word next to its definition. The sentences above and on the previous page will help you decide on the meaning of each word. Number 1. Distraught. Very troubled. Distress. Number 2. Verbals. Using or containing too many words. Number 3. Superficially. In an on the surface manner, not thoroughly. Number 4. Germane. Having to do with the issue at hand, relevant. Number 5. Lucid. Clearly expressed, easily understood. Number 6. Contrite. Truly sorry for having done wrong. Repentant. Number 7. Symmetrical. Real proportions. Balance the same on both sides. Number 8. Connoisseur. An expert in fine art or in matters of taste. Number 9. Plight. A situation marked by difficulty, hardship, or misfortune. Number 10. Conspiracy. A secret plot by 2 or more people, especially for an harmful or illegal purpose. Caution: do not go any further until you are sure the above answers are correct. Then you can use the definitions to help you in the following practice. Your goal is eventually to know the words well enough so that you don't need to check the definitions at all. Page 86. Sentence check 1. Using the answer line provided, complete each item below with the correct word from the box. Use each word once. A. Concern. B. Conspiracy. C. Contrite. D. Distraught. E. Germane. F. Lucy. G. Plot. Plight. H. Superficially. I. Symmetrical. J. Verbals. Number 1. Claire was truly sorry for having started the arguments with Saul. To show how contrite she felt, she sent him a special note of apology. Number 2. Everyone is greatly concerned about the plight of the hostage. We are not even certain they are still alive. Number 3. The garden is symmetrical, with the same flowers and shrubs arranged in the same patterns on each side of a central path. Number 4. A connoisseur of ancient art told me that my Chinese vase is very old, quite rare, and valuable. Number 5. In writing, it is actually easier to be verbose than to make the efforts to cut out the unnecessary words. Number 6. During the Revolutionary War, Benedict Arnold, an American officer, was involved in a conspiracy to help the British win. Number 7. The teacher and the other students became irritated when Susan keeps asking questions that weren't germane to the class discussion. Number 8. My parents had expected my sister home by 10 o'clock. By the time she finally woke at 2 in the morning, they were very distraught. Number 9. Beth's teacher was so pleased with his clear explanations of the difficult theory that she wrote on his paper, "Wonderfully lucid." Number 10. Whenever King tries to buy a new dress, her husband is only superficially interested. If she shows him one and asks his opinion, all he says is, "It's fine, let's buy it and get out of here." Note: Now check your answers to these questions by turning to page 178. Going over the answers carefully will help you prepare for the next two practice, for which answers are not given. Sentence check 2. Using the answer lines provided, complete each item below with 2 words from the box. Use each word once. Number 1 to 2. In the novel Rosemary's Baby, Rosemary becomes more and more distraught as she realizes that her husband and friends are involved in a conspiracy against her. Number 3 and 4. Miss Lewis is a connoisseur of Native American craft. She can identify the tribe of the artist after examining a necklace or piece of pottery only superficially. Number 5 to 6. The drunk driver is contrite about causing the accident, but his regret won't give Martha solace or ease her plight. She is permanently disabled. Number 7 to 8. The professor says it seems germane to our discussion of the Age of Reason to mention that symmetrical architecture was typical. Balance was valued both in art and in the individual. 9 to 10. Using too many superfluous words can make something more difficult to understand. Thus, if the essays had not been so verbose, it would have been more lucid. Final check: the missing painting. Here is the final opportunity for you to stretch your knowledge of the 10 words. First, read the following selections carefully, then fill in each blank with a word from the box at the top of the previous page. Context clues will help you figure out which words goes in which blank. Use each word once. It wasn't until noon that Daniel Cobb noticed the painting was missing. He immediately became distraught. As a connoisseur of art, he was well aware of the enormous value of the painting, and this was a grievous loss. He was so upset that when he phoned the police, he could not think or talk clearly enough to give a lucid description of his unfortunate plight. Instead, he found himself rambling so much that he was afraid of the police will think she was just a verbal old fool. Nevertheless, the police soon arrived at Captones, which was magnificent, a fine old mason or in a symmetrical style, with a row of columns on each side of the front door, leaving a place to the room from which the painting had been taken. Cole began to explain. "Last night," he said, "my wife and I gave a dinner party for art experts. We showed them our entire collection. I remember that they gave the missing painting special attention. At least, a few of them seemed to look at it more than just superficially. I can only assume that we are the victims of a conspiracy. Our guests must have plotted to sneak into the house during the night and take the painting." As Cobb finished speaking, his wife entered the room, having just returned from town. She was clearly alarmed by the presence of the police. After Cobb quickly explained, however, she started to laugh. "Today's Monday," she finally said. "I hardly see how that's germane to our problem," her husband responded. "Remember we told the Louvre's Art Association it could exhibit the painting today for its annual show. That's where I've been. I brought the painting there early this morning." Cobb looked embarrassed but relieved that his guest had been exonerated by his wife's story. "Accept my sincere apology for having bothered you. I'm most contrite," he said to the police officer. "Please stay and have some lunch."